So we just pulled in, and I pulled up to the bathrooms where they have a spigot to fill up our water tanks, and realized it's October and they've shut down the water for the season. So got to find a new place to get water. There's an RV resort a mile and a half up the road. I'm going to give them a call and see if they'll let us fill up our water tanks. You know, maybe for a fee they'll let us do that. Otherwise, I don't know, a gas station or something. We'll figure it out. All right, a huge shout out to Fools Lake Campground and RV Park. The owner let me fill up our 50-gallon tank. Refused to take any money. Vietnam vet, super nice guy. I would recommend a visit, but he said they are seasonal only and they have a waiting list 30 strong, so it's a pretty popular resort. Anyways, back to the camp. This weekend we are up at Cuyuna Recreational Area. Basically, this is a state park kind of in the center of the state. It's up by the Brainerd Lakes area, and they have a little state campground up here. Campground itself is called Portsmouth. It's not very big, just kind of got this basic loop here with some tenting sites on the side. You got a couple pull-throughs in the middle, and then some back ends along this side. About half of them are electric. The sites themselves are actually, you know, pretty nice. I'll show you our site here, which is number 12. You know, plenty of room for our 29-foot camper. A decent amount of space in between. Standard picnic table, fire pit, and you know, nothing but woods behind us. It's a pretty nice site. Kind of a fun trip because we are up here with my twin brother, and then over here, that's my buddy David. He's up here too with his fifth wheel and a couple buddies, and we're mountain biking. That's the thing about this area. This is where the mountain bikers go. This whole area used to be a series of pit mines. 40 to 50 years ago, they stopped mining, and all the old pits are now pristine lakes. You wouldn't think mining and pristine would go together, but they're actually beautiful. They're pretty cool. It's a pretty popular place to go mountain biking. I just learned this today, but I guess in the US they kind of rate mountain biking areas gold, silver, bronze, and this is the only silver rated mountain biking area in the state. It's got some challenging trails, and they're just gorgeous because you go in and out of the old mining lakes. I'll show you some footage here in a minute, but yeah, it's kind of a chilly night last night. It got down into the 30s, but the Imagine held up just fine. Plenty warm. Did some mountain biking this morning, having a little lunch break here, and then we will hit the trails again this afternoon. Okay, we got day 2 of Old Men on Bikes. So I'm going to show you what bikes we have. So I got kind of an entry-level Jamis Trail X A1. Mark, that's a Cannondale. What kind of Cannondale is that?
It's a Trail 2.
Trail 2, 29-inch mountain bike. And you got the premium Trek.
I got an Elant 8S.
Electric bike.
It does have electric.
But you put it in eco mode, so you're using mostly human power to get going. Mostly human power. But you do have turbo mode if you need it. Okay, we're gonna head out.
Yep, that's cool.
This is where we started the trail yesterday. You know, when we came down here.
Yeah.
This is where we were.
Show us what you did yesterday and what we're doing today.
Okay, so
we're here.
We're here, and so yesterday morning we did take this loop all the way around the mountain, and then you guys did some of the tougher stuff.
Yeah, I took a wrong turn with the fast guys and ended up doing all the things, and I'm still sore.
Stay behind us this time, okay?
Yes.
And so then we're gonna end up back at the parking lot.
Okay. And how many miles was that yesterday?
Well, we did 11.3, but we also did an out and back kind of. So this should be like under 10.
All right.
If we don't take a wrong turn. And
we're not taking any wrong turns today. All right, that's a plan. Let's do it. Well, I think this is worth the hike. This is pretty cool.
We think we're about done here.
Through a passage?
Nope, unless you want to show us the way. little buddy heater is not bad.
You got that? That's helpful.
We usually have.
Actually, I've ridden over 1,000 miles this summer.
Wow.
Little camper tip, I mentioned that it gets pretty cold at night. You cold weather campers are going to know this, but bringing a little space heater with is really nice for two reasons. Number one, it can really save on some propane use. Number two, in the 2400 BHs, the furnace is up here, and what you find is that a lot of the heat goes into the bedroom, and especially with that door shut, there's probably like a 10-degree temperature difference from what the bedroom feels like versus back in the bunks. So having a space heater at night really helps keep the temperature even in the camper. All right, we're gonna go see what the other guys are up to and maybe hit the trails again this morning. Are we about ready?
Yeah, you can put snacks in his
This is the mountain bike skills area. It's kind of a cool little area. They have different practice trails you can go on depending on your skill level, and have this whole facility set up. It's really nice. They have picnic areas. There's a little bike station here with tools and pump to fill up your tires and whatnot. And it's also a trailhead that gets you access to a lot of the main trails up here. It's kind of a cool little place. You're ready to fall.
Yeah, well, I should show you the picture when we stop, maybe at lunchtime or something. Like a few years.
Oh yeah.
I was over where the big jump stuff is, and I went end over end. I lost my pedals over a tabletop, and I cleared probably like 8-10 foot long path with my face. Yeah, then the.
That's the Gulf colors from the GT40s of the 60s.
Slap it on there, you know?
Yeah, I love it. That's a good looking bike. It's a good looking view there, sir.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm guessing there's nowhere to go but down.
Yep, we're down from here.
I like that. All right, one thing I want to point out, and I think this is kind of a growing trend, this campground was 100% booked out. I got the last available space, and I booked this about a month ago. There's a lot of people that are not here, obviously. There's one, there's two. On the other side, there's a whole row of sites that are not being used, and that's frustrating. It's already hard to get into some of these state parks. Yeah, really, it's hard to understand how these sites get booked out and then nobody shows up. Really frustrating, and we've seen that happen quite a bit. Here are some of the sites along the main road as you come in before you get onto the loops. Again, really nice sites, but these are all no-shows. All right, if you drive past the end of the loop there, you come down to this little area. They got some picnic tables, some great spots to, kind of bring a lunch and have a nice view over the lake. A little walking path down there. And this is direct access to the trail system. And then down at the end of the road here is access to the lake. Again, a couple picnic tables. They do have a little swimming beach here. It's sandy. The water is clean and clear. Yeah, beautiful little lake here. I think next summer, if we come back up, I'd like to bring the kayaks, a little sightseeing, maybe try my luck at some fishing. Beginning of May through the end of September, there's a campground host, but after October 1st, you are on your own. So not a lot of amenities at this park. There is no office, there's no place to check in, so you have to reserve online. You can get your own permit here using the little payment envelopes they have. They do not sell firewood on site, even when there is a campground host here, but there's a place up the road. There's somebody that sells wood for $5 a bundle. Pretty good deal. Otherwise, that's about it. There's no dump station. They do have, the bathhouse that has showers and plumbed-in toilets. But again, it's October 1st, and all that gets shut down at the beginning of October. So yeah, that's pretty much Portsmouth Campground. Not a whole lot to it. One of the negative reviews I saw for this campground is the fact that it's right next to a sewer treatment facility. But to be honest, if I didn't know that, and if there weren't signs right there, you'd never really know that's what's here. They got this big grass berm. You don't really see anything, and we've been up here twice now. I've never smelt anything coming from there, so I don't really think it's much of a factor.